Welcome to Pocket Watch Podcast. I'm Zach,
Cruz,
Jake,
and we're fucking Pocket Watch Podcast.
Yes, sir. Laugh at us or learn with us. We're here to grow.
And growing, we're fucking doing, man. The Pocket Watch Podcast. It's your boys.
That's right.
With another guest, sir.
Wait, turn me up a little bit, Zach. What's up?
What you mean, bro? You turned up in the mic.
I feel like I switch up, and I feel like it's all weird.
Is that better?
Yeah, it feels great. That's right. It's another episode, another week. We got Ryan Jordan Garcia in the house.
Exactly. AKA Picasso.
Give him the applause, bro. He deserves the applause.
Thank you.
Yo, everybody chill out.
Chill.
Chill. It's complex. Yo, it's crazy. Everybody, thank you for tuning in another week. Make sure you like,
follow,
subscribe,
share.
All that.
All right. That's
all that shit.
God damn it. All of the links are down in the description if you want to support. It's there. If you want to connect with Ryan, what's your at?
Picasso Music.
And as always, it's going to be in the description below, and also right there in the frame. You're going to see on the bottom left of him, or if you're looking at it, bottom right.
That's right, man. Let's get to it, bro. Yo, so we've been trying. Why do I feel like it sound weird? That's why.
You're tripping, bro. You sound perfect.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm in the middle.
We've been having a good time.
I'm sorry,
before this.
man.
It's all good.
I'm trying to get my audio right. Sometimes I'll record a whole episode and then I'll listen to it. I'm like, God damn it.
Sometimes I'll record a whole song and do the same thing.
Yes. Yes. At least it's 3 minutes and not 3 hours.
You know?
No, I'm just playing. Bro, artist. Ryan Jordan Garcia. Artist. Rapper, obviously, right? But I say artist because I like to separate that a little bit sometimes when it's well deserved, man.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we'll get to other things, but like just recently, at least, man, like when you put out projects, when you do even your songs and stuff, you can hear the strategy. You can not hear the strategy. You can see the strategy. I see the production. There's effort put into this. It's not just I'm a rapper. I'm putting out music which is totally fucking fine.
Yeah,
it's totally great, cool. Especially if you fire. Like, good luck. Go
Everybody
do your thing.
has a vibe, man.
But especially recently, like when you're in New York and shit, you've been putting out productions, man. Y'all gotta go follow this, man. It's a great follow. It's good. My man is putting in fucking effort. It's really great. But we've been trying to get you on for a little while, man.
Yeah, man. I came out 2 years ago, and that was around like when y'all first started. Yeah, just started like getting it popping. And I haven't been back. So I'm glad that on my first time being back over here in Kissimmee, I can make it happen.
Hell yeah. We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you.
I'm happy to be here, man.
Zach was the one who was like, yo, we got to get Ryan on, bro. Like,
yeah, bro.
Because we had mad rappers on before, and they were dope too. But, like, there were people we ran into for, like, a guest on the podcast, and they were like, they're dope enough to get on, which is cool.
No, this shit is organic right here.
But for you, it was dope because that was somebody that, like, Zach really listened to in the car or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, that's fucking cool.
When he told me about you, I checked you out.
And he was like, wait a minute, I know that guy.
No, I was just like, no, this is dope. Like, this is fire. Like, and shout out to John. I love John's music. John's fire. Yeah. And that's the only person I know that makes music for the most part. But it's...
What you talking about? You play about your other boy.
Mitch?
Yeah.
Well, he's fired too. But it's
Damn.
different music. It's
Obviously,
different
Mitch,
music.
you ain't that good. All right.
No, but like me and him, we worked together a little bit.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Shout out to Mitch. I love you, bro. But John was the only one that like kind of talked to me about the process and stuff, and his shit's fire. But it's a lot of Spanish music and stuff, and I like it for certain situations. But what I listen to in the car, what I listen to this and that is like rap, hip hop. Or like I listen to rock too and shit like that, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so when I listened to it, I was like, "Yo, this is actually pretty fire, bro."
Shit you wanna ride
That's
in the
why
car
we
too.
hit you up 2 years ago to jump on.
Yeah, man. I always actually wanted to make music just to ride along in the car too. That was always my goal. A lot of people try to make music for the clubs or make music for the bitches, make music for their friends, for their block. You know what I mean? With this trap shit going on in rap, there's always like an audience for something or a purpose in mind. I never wanted to make people dance. I never wanted to make anything like that. I want to make people think, you know what I mean? And kind of just listen and talk about some shit. So I never wanted to make a song where it's like, oh, this is going to get 1 million plays. It's going to blow up on fucking TikTok. Oh, my God. I just want to make some shit that's like, when someone adds this onto their shit and they shuffle in the music and this song comes on, they're just gonna let it play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to search for it.
Yeah.
But when this shit comes on, you'll be like, oh, dude, this is a dope song. Like,
But
That's
You know what
smart
I mean?
though. Actually.
so
Yeah.
one thing I'll give you credit for, and I feel like you touched on it when you were on Paul's podcast. Shout out podcast for the people. That man needs to start that back up. I love
Facts,
that
man.
because I tapped into that. And one thing I realized is like, so like, yeah, like there's music to get you partying and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Like there's good music for that. There's music for like sex vibes, whatever the case is or whatever. But the shit like, and there's like old school music that you'll play when you're cleaning. There's old school music you'll play when you're smoking and vibing or whatever the case is. But that type of music, you gotta tap into something else.
yeah, man, for sure.
So like, I love the music that makes me think about girls and drugs and getting money and stuff like that. Like I love that music. That's the shit I listen
It's
to
fun.
on my way to work. Like,
Yeah, bro.
and I'm fucking
I'll be
accountant.
feeling rich.
I was gonna say this man this is like
Bro.
gang banging so that he jumped into his accountant
Yo,
job
like-
in corporate world.
Bro, like if I got
corporate
like
America right now.
3 meetings in the morning, like Chief Keef is getting me ready for
Yeah,
that.
and you
know
see
what I
him
mean?
rapping some shit you don't even know exists.
They don't fuck
like
with me,
places
bro.
and people. You're like, yo, I don't even know.
But
what
your
the fuck.
shit is fire because you tap into like that day to day life, like that depression or something. Like, you know what I mean?
More
Like-
realistic.
Real
Yeah.
life.
Like you're
Life.
tapping into the artist side, and that's the shit. Like if I get home and I'm vibing and I'm drinking and I'm smoking, that's my shit. If we partying or something like that, and like I just need background music or something, that's my shit. Like there's certain things, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
bro, but that is few and far between to me. And honestly, that type of vibe is like designated for bigger artists right now, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's definitely a bigger audience for that shit now. I think right now we're just in the time of independent art. You know what I mean? The independent artists are learning more and more to stay like true to themselves because the label wants you to do the opposite. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like the accessibility that we have now and the ability that we have to just get a subscription and upload our music everywhere. Like I did that shit in the span of like 6 months. I recorded all my music, did everything. I was like, oh, I can just upload it through here. Cool.
Yeah.
It all started some way, and it was just the access that I had to it. So there's going to be more and more personal music because even the bigger artists are cutting out of their deals. Like they're selling their old masters and saying, fuck it, I'm going to make a whole other fucking catalog. Like,
And go with it.
yeah, and do what I want to do. And that's why you have artists like SZA talking her shit. That's why you have Drake dissing whoever the fuck he wants to diss now because
Yeah.
it's his shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even the bigger artists are getting into like a petty king bag because
Yeah.
they're finally able to do whatever the hell they want to do. You know?
You think that's like, because I'm trying to think of other rappers or artists or whatever that kind of started that vibe, like that trend of like buying masters. Because like Jay-Z comes to mind to me, right?
Yeah.
Which that's the businessman of the hip hop game in my mind, and especially to the casual. Just so everybody knows, none of us know shit about this world, right? So we're speaking as casuals, and
Yeah,
you're
for sure.
gaming us up on this.
Yeah.
But like, you think you hear that or whatever, but I also think I see that trend in everywhere, right? Like you in the IT world, in the business world, motherfuckers are becoming like they're contracting more, like they're trying to become their own
everybody
boss
wants to
in
be a
certain
boss.
ways.
Yep. I think it was that pandemic, man. Everybody got to sit down and realize how good it felt not to report to a motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got to touch like that pandemic. You know what I mean? That $1,200 checks that were getting people right. They got a taste of just getting money through a check that really some businesses side money. You ain't got to do anything. For me, music is never work.
Yeah.
I really don't feel like I'm doing shit sometimes. When I get paid for this shit, sometimes I'm like, bro, what did I do to deserve this? Because it's so easy. Because it's
Yeah.
something that I love to do. So people were just chilling, doing what they love to do, and got paid on the side. And you can't help but think, like, how the fuck can I do this forever now?
Not just that, but I also feel like another thing to add on that for people is a lot of people notice that like these companies don't give a fuck about them, bro.
At all.
As soon as the pandemic hit, they were like, "Oh,
No
the
job
whole
security.
the whole company except the executives are furloughed. Figure your shit out. Sorry, we don't know what to tell you. Yeah,
We might call
ain't
you back.
paying you.
Yeah.
We'll call you.
So I think people at that point were just like, man, fuck this corporate shit. You know, people were working for companies. I heard stories people working for the same company for 20, 25 years, and the company just let them go on a dime. It's like, damn, bro, that shit hurts, bro.
So we try our best to get like great guests on the podcast, right? And we've had some awesome guests doing all types of different shit, like
Yeah.
TikTok people. We have fucking like a beatboxer. Anyways, they're doing like in all types of different worlds, right? comedy. Shout out to Morgan Gallo, shit like that. Everybody started in the pandemic.
Yeah.
For this fucking podcast, at least.
Yeah.
That's the
right.
funny thing. Yeah, hell yeah,
Bro,
everybody started.
it birthed a lot, man. It birthed creativity. Like, not just in the artistic sense. People are getting creative with how they want to spend the rest of their lives.
Yep.
Whether, like, it's the money that this is what I'm going to do for the money, but this is what I love to do. Or I'm just going to go ahead and quit everything. I'm just going to do what I love to do. When the money comes, the money comes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Another factor too is like you touched on like people getting that check, that stimulus check, and on all the like the unemployment checks. People had time to build stuff. They had time that they didn't have to spend at a 9 to 5, 40, 50, however many hours
some
they're
people
working.
were fortunate enough to still be working and get that check. So they had like $6,000 in their account for the very first time. And we're like, yo, what can I invest in? They've never been able to invest. So some people were fortunate enough to get both and finesse it.
And you also hear about people like using, so they were also not evicting people for rent payments, and there was people like not paying rent so they could do something else,
Bro.
and then buying a house or whatever.
Every fucking door in my apartment in Brooklyn had that fucking like the notice for how many rents they didn't pay, and all of them were during the pandemic.
Damn,
and they
that's
could,
wild.
they didn't have to pay it. Like they, as long as they were doing what they had to do, like.
But they put
could,
on the door, just kind of like a stigma, like, fuck
just
you.
just to kind of like
petty
ruin your day a
ass,
little bit. You know what I mean? Like you're not
petty
gonna pay
bitch.
it, but I'm gonna let everybody know that you're being an asshole. You know?
So
I just kind of pick about what happened after that. Everybody have to make like a lump sum payment to pay it all off.
Fuck
for their-
Hey, bro, I didn't even want to bring it up to the people that I knew that it was on their door. I just
Damn,
my fucking curious ass and nosy. I went to the door that I'm not mine and just
right
read the
there.
whole entire thing. I was like, yo, what's on their door? Because like I
Yeah.
live here too. Are we getting notices?
Yeah.
Nah.
Do we got
they just
termites in
fucking
this
up.
bitch?
Yeah, they just fucking up.
But I mean, legally they were able to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So I was
the
like,
fucked up part.
that's crazy.
It's a loophole.
What
Yeah.
pissed me off was seeing how much cheaper their rent was than mine because they moved in before me. That's a whole other bullshit.
So, first of all, I like how we talked about the pandemic that way, because I definitely feel like during the pandemic, all I was hearing about is motherfuckers taking advantage of, right? Like stimulus checks, this and that. So, like, I love that. That's the type of shit I was talking about while the pandemic was happening. I was like, why are you motherfuckers like doing this? Because all I'm hearing is the negative.
Yeah, bro.
But like,
This
I
is
love
positive.
like, and then like fast forward, and everybody on our podcast was doing it during the pandemic. So I love that
right,
shit.
bro.
So like, you started during the pandemic. You started what during the pandemic? I
I
kind of want to
started
get to
taking
that.
like music seriously. I've always been a rapper in the back of the bus. Like we was touching about on that earlier. Like I always liked rap. I've always loved hip hop. I've always loved everything about it. I used to like. I remember when I was like 6 years old. The theme of my birthday party was G Unit because I was when like 50 Cent dropped in the club and Get Rich and all that shit.
Massacre and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
you know what I mean. So that was like prime time. So like since legit, I loved hip hop and this is the essence of hip hop. But I always loved sports too. You know what I mean? So I was always like a little jock. I did baseball, then I got into wrestling and like jujitsu and all that shit. And
All
as
the
much as like,
individual sports.
yeah, bro,
You're perfect for an artist, bro.
bro. Because man, like motherfucker, like I did team sports in the beginning and real shit. People be sucking, man, real shit. So like when I was 9 years old and 10 years old and I was a little stubborn head ass, I was like, bro, I want to do some shit that I can excel in. Like fuck these people.
Yeah.
And I love like the camaraderie and the team like work and shit like that. That's cool. It builds a lot. But I just learned I was like, bro, I'd rather just bet on myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So at some point I just got injured doing sports and I got into theater. And that was like my world entry to like entertainment and live shows and singing. Because I always knew I could sing, but like if you don't sing in front of everybody, you kind of don't know how like good you are. You always have an insecurity.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot. Like I wasn't the best singer. I just was fully devoted to the acting shit. Like I was willing to look stupid. You know what I mean? Where a lot of people are very insecure and stiff and like, I don't know what to do on stage. I was just like, bro, tell me what to do and I'll just fucking do it.
I like that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I compensated with a lot of other things.
But why did you choose theater, real quick?
My sister actually did theater. So I was introduced to musical theater in like the 6th grade. And growing up during those times, like, let's just keep it real. Theater was like the gay thing. You know what I mean? Like, you were made fun of. You know what I mean?
the low-key,
And
but-
that's why I asked, because like we've had a couple other artists on, and they went to Osceola School of Arts,
Yeah.
right? But the thing with that is
They're respected
it's
there.
very isolated.
Yeah.
Versus doing theater in a school where it's like
a
a public school.
where you're over there to do art. So all the
Yeah.
artists respect the art.
Yeah.
Whereas over here, it was different. You know what I mean? But my sister got me into it.
Dope.
I saw her doing it, and it looked really cool. And there's a dude that I always give credit to. He's actually an artist too. He writes for like Joji and Jonas Brothers and shit. And his name is Joel Castillo. And shout out Joel. He inspired me to do theater, low key, because I saw him doing it. He was the lead role in The Wedding Singer, and in Sweeney Todd right after.
Really?
At Liberty, yeah, with the same director that I worked with. And he was just
dope.
so incredible and like so liked by everybody. And he was a straight dude. It was the first time that my 7-year-old ass seen a straight man do the shit. And I was
I
what?
thought I
I
had
was
to
so
suck
ignorant,
dick
just
to
so
do this.
stupid. Like, you know what I mean? Just ignorant. That I was like, yo, hold on. And it kind of opened my world to like, going to shows and like singing in the shower and sing and listen to musical theater.
Fuck the stigma.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. And I kept supporting it more and more. But when I got injured doing wrestling, it was like my last injury that was just like, bro, I don't want to wrestle anymore. Like, this shit sucks. Like, I want to be able to play catch with my son someday, bro. And I keep breaking my elbows and my face. Like, like, you know what I mean? I don't want to be having Parkinson's, like, forced on myself. Like, the fuck?
They used to be wilding too. Bucky and them were being ridiculous.
Yeah, bro. Like, they were hardcore, dude.
I remember.
OD,
I remember,
bro.
yeah.
All the football players lasted like a month before y'all had the common sense that we didn't. It was like, bro, fuck this.
I stayed by fucking my senior year. I was like, nah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody leaves at some point because you gain the common sense. You're like, what the fuck am I going to do with this, bro? But I got injured, and I was telling my sister about it, and she was like, yo, audition for the musical. Like, you're the director at theaters hosting a musical. Like, just try it. I was like, all right, fuck it. And I played piano at the time, so I just sang and played piano, and I got the lead role. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. And I did it, and I fell in love with theater, bro. It's so much fun playing someone else.
That's dope, because I think at what point did you start rapping? Because I feel like that theater and shit gives you a good background, gives you good, what I'm saying?
It gives you stage presence, bro. Yep. Shout out to Yurik at Liberty Theater, because he was a very strict director, but it made me like so understanding. It didn't make me like great. You don't get great without the practice, but it made me understand what is being looked for by like these directors and these judges and everything, because it was down to like, why are you standing like that? Why are your hands facing forward? Who stands like this when they talk? That's fucking weird. If someone was standing just like this talking to me right now, I'd be like, dude, why are your hands pointed at me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he got down to like just the body language and the comfortability of being on stage and devoting yourself to that character. So it translates a lot to the music, but I didn't really started the music until I wasn't allowed to perform anymore because of the pandemic. All the theaters closed. They were like legally not allowed to do it because those seats are so close together, and it was all fucked up. So I started music during the pandemic for that reason.
Yeah.
That's badass. That's dope as fuck.
Yeah, man. I just needed a creative outlet.
You said you always rapped in the back of the bus?
Yeah, bro, because I mean, like, everybody, one of the insecurities of wanting to be a rapper and not doing it earlier is everybody was a rapper in Poinciana, man.
Yeah.
Everybody sold weed and rapped. You know what I mean? That was the thing. Like, it was, and it's not to say, like, it was a bad thing, but for me, I was like, what can I do that's going to make it different when I do make music?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to rap about some shit that I don't live or haven't done. That's why I went by my name for so long, just my government name, because I just wanted to talk about shit that I do.
Yeah.
But everybody did it for a while, so like I was never shy to be in the back of the bus if they do the no music clap to start rapping after someone else is rapping. Or if they were like, yo, go next, I'll be like, all right, cool, I'm going.
You know why? Because you got to have some bars if you're going to do it. Because everybody's kind of listening. It's not about confidence. That shit ain't about confidence.
Well, that's half and half. I feel like it is. I feel like him being able to be on theater and shit gave him more confidence to be able to do that type of shit.
Yeah, but there's the guy with confidence that sounds dumb as fuck in the back of the bus sometimes.
He's confident as fuck.
Yeah, but everybody would still go wild.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like when you watch the video, that shit corny. But when you were there, it was a vibe. That shit was lit.
Yeah.
Like, he was saying nonsense the whole time, but he was just confident enough to get everybody moving and bopping.
I just need somebody to say something.
Yeah, for real. Nah, I've always loved lyrics too. Like I've always wrote lyrics and shit. So
because you got lyrics.
Yeah,
like your shit's pretty fire. Like even recently, you posted on your story that you were getting ready to drop something. It was about going through your fridge.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, I listened to it and I was like, yo, that was fire, bro.
Thanks,
you know
bro.
why though? Because he's talking about going through his fridge, but he's making all these analogies to real life.
Yeah, that's actually a funny one. I'll show you guys that later on. But
Are you gonna drop that one?
Yeah. So right now, the producer that I found the beat from is just unfortunately charging a price that I can't afford, and I respect his price. I'm not even going to negotiate with him. He's really good at what he does, but just for like where I'm at, I'm not going to pay said price.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm just remaking the beat so I can have the masters to it, because it's expensive when you want the masters. If you want to like share it, that's cool, but like with where I'm going and my trajectory, I just want to own 100% of my shit. If I'm cutting you out royalties because we collaborated on anything, that's cool. Yeah, but I want to own the shit, and you are, a collaborator on it.
Yeah,
so it gets a little tricky, but I want to drop that soon. But I was actually having a writer's block, and I was telling my girl about it. My girl's also a singer and an artist. We make music together, so she helps me a lot, like just kind of break out of the box. I was like, yo, I'm kind of stuck on like what I want to write about. I'm not liking the things that I'm writing about, but I'm liking the music, so I'm in a weird place.
Yeah,
like it sounds cool, but I don't want to talk about the things I'm talking about. So we're like, yo, let's let's go on YouTube and like go through the people that I know, like the people I'm subscribed to and like have connections with. Like just go on that like list that I have like a playlist of a bunch of fucking beats that I just save from them that they send just in case I need something. And we played a bunch of random beats, and we're just like, oh, I see this, or I feel this, or this is what I'm thinking. We played that one, and I forgot what she said, but she was like, what do you think? And I was like, man, I feel like I just woke up in the morning and I'm like hungover, I'm a little high still. I go to the fridge and there's just nothing in the fucking fridge. And like everything is good. Like I got money to buy the shit. Rent is paid. It's not like I'm broke, but there's just nothing fucking there. And that's what's more aggravating about it. It's like, bro, I'm just being lazy. So I wanted to make a song about like wanting a sandwich in the morning, but not even having something as simple as bread, mayo, and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so that's where that whole thing stemmed from. I want to compare it to like just a life.
And it sounds stupid, but it was fire. It was really fire. And then it is kind of like, that's why I fucked with it. That's how I fucked with it. Because like, you know what? It's hard that like when you make a song like that to give somebody that thought and that feeling. Because so many times, even shit we talk about on the podcast, we're not good at portraying messages or nothing, right? So like we'll be thinking a whole thing and talking about something, and we're getting responses or feedback in a different way, and I'm like, fuck, that's not what I meant, but thank you or something. But it's funny that you said like the reason that you made that song, because literally when I was listening to it, even on a story, that's how I listened to it. Where it's like my fridge isn't empty, or my fridge is empty kind of because it's the struggle a little bit. Yeah. But also like you also tapped into the like I'm just being lazy, and that's why I don't got shit here to pull from. And it was kind of like, I don't know. I guess like that's the beauty of music too, because you listen to it and you apply it to your own life or whatever. But I was literally thinking of like damn, like I wanted to execute this, but I didn't provide this, so it's there, so I can make that fucking sandwich or something.
That's the beauty of being able to listen back to your shit though as an artist. You know what I mean? Like right here we're having live conversation, and there's always a time in our life where we think back on a conversation when we're showering. We're like, damn, I could have said this shit, or I could have done this better. Whereas in my music, I can write something that I think is the best shit I ever wrote, and I'll listen back to it and be like, Diablo, like, but that shit is bad. That's not what I thought it was gonna be. I gotta take out some words. This is too many syllables. This is too like heady. This is too slow, or I gotta speed up the BPM. Whatever it is, that's the beauty of just doing the music. That you
how
can
long
actually
do you
play
set?
it back.
That's one thing about you that I want is I wanted to say I want more music from you, bro.
Yeah, man.
You don't have much.
Yeah, so like I started it, and like every artist, when you start getting traction, you're like, I'm moving to New York, mom. I'm a fucking artist now, baby.
And early.
Yeah, like
now that I think about it.
Yeah, I dropped the music, it started going viral, and I was working with Project Feel, who I was a part of for a while. Shout out Project Feel. They're the people that helped me do all my videos and really put me on in New York. And like they're close friends that I've worked with, but like as a team, like all together, there's a lot of love going on. And I was working with them really close, flying back and forth and trying to do all these videos. So it just got to a point that I was like, yo, I'm getting asked for like deals over here. Like these people are trying to help me with these videos. So I just moved to New York thinking like, yo, I have everything I need. But it was the first time I ever moved out the crib. So like I went through the year of being alone, like alone for Christmas, alone for my birthday, me and my girl together, you know what I mean? But not having Mom Dukes and paying my own shit, where I thought like, $1,400 ain't that much. I'm making this much. And then when you realize $2,500 a month at 21 years old, I ain't shit. You know what I mean? Like, to be paying that much money just for your bills. So really, I fucking was just naive. You know what I mean? I went over there, think I was going to hit the ground running. And I was like, all right, now I got to figure out some shit. And the more artists that I kept meeting, the more situations that I kept getting in, I was just learning so much that I didn't want to rush the next release.
But wait, what made you feel like, because I feel like, shit, man, like, I started something, I ain't moving for it, right?
Yeah.
So you were talking about you had some connections and stuff out there. Like, so what made you feel like as soon as you start, like, it seemed like it was very fast, like within like 3-4 months or something. So you went viral?
Yeah. So I did, I had it all planned out in my head where, like, I knew what I wanted to do for music videos. I knew what I wanted my shit to sound like. So when I worked with the engineer that I still work with to this day, Razum X, we recorded the whole project that I made in 6 days. Like, mixed, mastered, recorded everything. Because it was all intentful. It was all, like, you know, very strategized, very planned out. When I did the videos, it was all planned out. And it just happened so quick. So the move to me was like, bro, as long as we can keep working like this, like, why the fuck would I not move?
Yeah.
And my girl wanted to move at the time. We had enough money to move. The rent was really cheap during that time because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So it was just like, you were not going to find an apartment like this where it's at for this price ever again in New York. Like, it ain't going to happen. So we just did it. And I was just, you know, I was fucking 21, 22 years old. Like, yo, I'm just going to go out there and do this shit. And I had to learn real quick that adulting is not easy, especially when you don't know what it is. Like, I just didn't understand it, you know?
Yeah.
What I like about hearing that, as far as like an artist too, so like you just started something, right?
Mm-hmm.
You fuck with it. You hit traction, whatever the case is. To me, I think even with that, for you to commit to move is pretty crazy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's fucking wild.
But you did. And then fast forward and you're adulting, right?
But you learned a lot, though.
For sure.
But you learned a lot.
I learned where I'm living now in Philly is easy. Like, respectfully, motherfuckers are talking about, like, oh, I don't have money for this. I'm like, bro, how? The rent is so cheap compared to what the fuck I had to deal with in New York that I'm thinking about buying a house next year, bro. Like, I know how to budget money and make a dollar stretch more than any motherfucker in my life because of the famine that I had to deal with over there and learning how am I going to eat? Real shit.
I feel like, you think New York, like, builds you to succeed in other places?
Bro, you're either gonna, like, New York
like,
is either
up?
gonna make you the most successful version of you or eat you fucking alive for the rest of your life. There's no in between. You're not just gonna, like, be mediocre over there. You're either gonna be, like, wanting to move, like the 6 month that you're there, or you want to stay for a couple years.
Yeah.
No in between. I've seen motherfuckers sign like a whole year lease and break that shit in 6 months to go back home.
But what I think is dope is to go through shit like that and still be like focused on a passion.
It's
bro.
about what's worth it. You know what I mean? Like, there's sacrifice for everything, bro.
You have
like,
to.
That's a fact.
You bring it back to, like, sports. Like, you got, like, stories of Kobe getting to the gym at 4 a.m. I'm not going anywhere at 4 a.m. Like, suck my dick. Like, that's why I'm not a basketball player, because that's what it took. Not doing it. But if it means I got to sacrifice knowing what I'm going to do for, like, work the next day, or how I'm going to pay rent, or who's going to take care of my dog when I'm out, shit like that. Like, that's things I'm willing to figure out and go through that stress for what I want to do. Like, I had to do it.
Yeah.
New York is the fucking Mecca, bro. Like, there's nowhere like it. So if you want to do this shit, it's this in LA. You know what I mean? Like, that's where everybody connects through. They're going to pass through that city at some point. You're going to meet some motherfuckers if you just show up places. You ain't got to do nothing.
1,000%, bro.
You just show up in someone's house and, like, someone works for, like, Dolby Digital, and you're like, what the fuck is that? You know?
Yeah, but that's easier said than done. Like,
Wait, you said Dolby Digital?
Which
real shit.
with what?
That's an old school, like,
I
video
met
shit, right?
I met somebody that,
I'm just saying, I'm thinking, like, yo, Dolby is like that old, like, early 2000 type of shit.
Bro,
Right,
that
cool.
make, like, speakers and
Yeah,
shit.
cool.
Like,
I just want to make sure.
Like,
We're good.
Random, bro. Random.
That shit came in my head. You're good.
But still, I mean, that's easier said than done. So, like, I agree with you 1,000%, bro. But, man, like, it's kind of crazy the amount of people that don't think that way. You know what I mean? Like, if you care, if you fuck with this shit, if you think, I mean, the other thing is you got, like, an instant validation, too, that you have something, which is helpful. That is helpful.
Yeah, it helped a
but that
lot.
shit fades.
It fades real quick, and it did fade real quick. Because as soon as I wasn't dropping anything, like I've been working a lot, and I feel like I've gained a lot of confidence and I gained a lot of skill, but I haven't dropped anything, so people don't know. So I had to learn how to live with this like confidence in me without feeling like cocky or arrogant to people, because I haven't dropped. I haven't done the videos. I'm not doing no TikTok dances. I'm not doing what other artists are doing. Yeah. So like, you can make all the work, but if you're not dropping it, then people don't know. People, you know what I mean? So it's a battle, but like shit ebbs and flows. And I feel like everything happens so divine and so intentional. I feel like I'm very highly favored in my life now, where I was dealing with like a lot of depression before, that I'm just letting it do what it got to do. Like I have so many good things, I'm not even focused on the bad about like, when is it going to come out? When is it going to come out? Because I was. And it's fucking annoying because there's so many factors to this shit. Like when you want to make shit pop, it takes a real rollout. It takes a real plan. It takes a whole team. It takes a lot of content. You don't want to be shooting content every single fucking day for 6 months. You want to shoot content for 2 months straight and then be able to drop for the next 3 so you can work on your next shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you're working every day, it gets to a point where if you reach a writer's block, then nothing's coming out, bro. Yeah. Like if you reach a wall where you just are tired, like you have nothing coming out. So it's just a learning process, man. But it's gonna be worth it, bro. These next drops are gonna be fucking stupid.
Really?
Yeah.
So
I'm hyped for it.
Are you signed right now? Like, are you working with people? Because you sound like you're very strategic right now, and I like that shit. Like, it's dope, man.
Yeah, it took a lot of time, but I got to meet a lot of beautiful people, a lot of people that are still here, a lot of people that aren't. But I learned from every single one of them, and I learn from it every day. And I am signed to a publishing deal, Fulton Street Music Group. So we do sync music, so like for commercials and TV shows and shit like that. Haven't landed anything really big yet, but I just got signed this year. You know what I mean? So I have to release more music. I got to do what I got to do. But just the fact that, like, that signing and having somebody, because I got the deal because I knew somebody, but the conversation that I had with, like, the CEO and the respect that we have for what he's doing and how he fucks with my music is just, like, a really big, like, pat on my back where I was like, damn, I'm doing something right. Because it's cool, like, I love hearing that y'all fuck with my music because, like, we grew up in the same place. I love knowing that my girl fucks with my music. I love seeing my mom rap my lyrics. That's cool. It warms my heart. But at the end of the day, if you want to get paid in this shit, if I don't want to be a manager,
like him to like you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? If I don't want to clock in nowhere, I need people like that to be like, bro, your shit is good. So it made me kind of feel like, yo, no rush to this shit. We're doing it right. Because he's heard all the unreleased shit. You know what I mean? So, like, and he really fucked.
So he knows you got some
exactly.
Shit in the
So
tub
he
like,
trusted. That was like, yo, once this motherfucker drops, it's gonna go crazy. So it gave me a lot of confidence and made me want to plan shit out. Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah, because it's a combination. Because we talked about like everybody being very independent, working for themselves and stuff. But like, there is a lot of good artists. There's a lot of good podcasts. There's a lot of great motherfuckers out there that ain't doing what they should be doing because they don't have the exposure they need and shit like that. So that is the argument for like sign. You know what I mean? Like sign in shit.
And
like
they're
that.
worried about the exposure too, bro. Because in this shit, like, you gotta drop, and just not look at the views, bro. You just gotta keep fucking releasing because one shit is gonna get 20 likes, another thing's gonna get 3,000. One's gonna get 10,000 views, another's gonna get 100,000. Even like the bigger artists, bro. If you look at some of their like comment sections. Fucking 200,000 followers, 20 comments.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Like speaker knockers.
Yeah, like it, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Like it's just the way the algorithm works. You gotta just be willing to post and just put out the work, and that's what's gonna make you money. Because respect as a business owner, you know what I'm saying? As running your own shit, you're trying to close contracts. You want to close contracts with motherfuckers that are getting the contracts. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're not making calls to people that don't close deals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want the people that are getting the shit done. So the same way, if you want the funding in this shit, if you want an investor to help you, you got to consistently be putting shit out. Because that's what they want to see. You know what I mean? They want to see that you're at least capable of that, and then they can help mold you into like, all right, this is how we're going to make it look good. This is when we're going to drop it. This is systematically what I think would work best for you. But they can't teach you how to be consistent in the way you're dropping shit, which is what I learn more and more every day.
Yeah, bro, you gotta be like, and that's the world we live in right now, man. Like, I feel like it's funny because you're speaking like that as an artist standpoint, you know, like a rapper, even whatever the case is standpoint, and it's like that's definitely the case with a podcast, and like that shit we battle all the fucking time. Well, because it's like consistency, but like the hard part about it, like what you were talking about, is like the quality, bro. Because you never know which post, which episode, which clip, whatever the case is somebody's first impression of you.
Yeah, facts.
Every single one is. Every single thing that you post is a first impression of somebody. Somebody new is going to see it, and that's the goal. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool to think about reaching the masses and getting like on a global or national, statewide,
right,
audience, but like the goal is just to have someone new listen to it, bro. As long as someone new does it, then that shit succeeded to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I just let it rock. Like,
yeah.
If I get one new comment from somebody, if I can just get a certain amount of likes, I'm just like, cool. People saw that shit. I'm going to leave it up, and more people will.
So the shit you thinking about dropping, how long you been working on these?
I think the oldest song in the next project I'm dropping is about 1.5 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a collection of music that I've been making with like really close people, but it was actually supposed to drop in August of last year, but my manager at the time, unfortunately, we had like a pretty bad fallout, and it was like a month or two right before the drop. And it really fucked me up. It like that shit depressed the fuck out of me. Not to like go too into that situation, because I feel like I'd be talking.
When was that though? How long ago was that?
That was about 1 year ago.
Okay.
It's still like, I feel like I can't talk about it without bad mouthing someone that I said that I loved.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, like that's a really good person, and I have nothing but love and like belief in their capabilities. But that whole shit fucked me up. You know what I mean? So it fucked up my plan, it fucked up my confidence, and a whole bunch of shit. So when I was getting ready to drop, that shit happened. I was just like, bro, I don't want to do this shit. Like, I had everything like planned out, and I was like, bro, like what the fuck? So it made me kind of go back to the drawing board and honestly show the music more love. Like, I remade some of the stuff, I added more vocals, I removed and replaced verses, I made different songs to add to it. So, like, it happened for a reason.
Yeah. And were you required to go back and kind of, like, update the music because of the fallout? Was, like, you had a contract?
I mean, at the end of the day, everything was me. I never signed any lines.
Oh, okay.
Because I never wanted to. It never got to, like, a point that serious yet. It was. I felt like it was definitely leading there from all the rooms I was getting in, which is why it really fucked me up. So I felt like I was, like, so close to, like, getting, like, that bread. You know what I mean? Just getting, like, that investor that just, like, wanted to put me on.
Yeah, man.
But I had it already, and just, it just kind of fucked up, and I made me just think like, all right, maybe this happened for a reason. Like, maybe I gotta like look into myself. Yeah, and I did, and it made everything better. So
I'm curious. Do you do concerts and stuff like that? Like, the little local ones and
you
gotta
you gotta tap into the shit. I know. Look, if you haven't checked, because you did some dope shows, you did some dope collabs and some dope shows. This man, I want to ask. So, I'm gonna add to yours.
I'm
gonna add because have you done like shows and shit like that, like random shows, and also B, what inspired and how was that like production of like a house party show shit that you did?
Oh yeah, so I do shows. That's where I feel like that's where my music and my career is gonna thrive in.
Yeah,
I make fun music. I make shit that people can listen to, but I come from theater. So when it comes to like
you can do
stage,
I feel I'm better at theater than I am at rapping. You know what I mean? So my understanding of theater is like deeper than my understanding of rap, because I did theater longer and I did more stages for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I love live performance. So it didn't take me long to do my first show with the music. Maybe like 6 months in, I started doing like open mics, and like some open mics they'll have like the open mic session, and then like for an hour they'll have like called artists where like they come in, we come in and do our shit, like a little 15-minute set.
Yeah.
So it started like that, and then I started doing Project Field shows and shit like that.
That was it, Project Field. Yeah.
The one that you're talking about actually was it's an industry house that they're called Rec Room, and they work with Warner Music.
You're right.
And they're based out of Brooklyn, and they do the first Friday of every month. They do like just an industry mixer, where they get like drink sponsors and shit, and you pay like $10 to get in, or if not, it's free. And there's free drinks. There's like a big studio downstairs and shit. So you get just huge, beautiful home in Brooklyn, in Clinton Hill, Brooklyn. It's like, it's fucking like
it looked
TV
dope
house.
as fuck, bro.
Yeah, so they do a special artist, like a secret artist for those events. And unfortunately, I got to do that. So that's what that one was, and that was
badass.
one of the crazier ones.
How did it feel
because
like just?
that was one of the crazier ones because I know the kind of people that are in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yo, and your music vibes with that room.
Yeah, bro.
Yo, I thought it was like curated for your music.
I'm not even gonna hold like no
To be-
disrespect, but like I've been to the other ones after. I don't think there's another artist that got that shit as lit as me. Like
because
since.
and they vibe.
Bro,
to your shit.
this is the first time I ever got asked for an encore. Like people were singing a song that I haven't, like the All Y'all song that I just released recently. Like that was before it was released. I performed it as like my second or third song. And they asked for an encore, and we were all moshing in that fucking family room to this song. I was like, bro, I haven't even dropped this shit.
Yo,
like,
yo,
it was crazy.
all right.
Bro.
That song is lit though.
Real quick, because when we were out there chilling before the podcast, we were talking and stuff, and we were trying to think of. Me and Zach were trying to think of some like some music that you remind us of, right? Because it's very different, it's very good, it's bars and stuff.
I told you I don't think nobody.
So I don't think your music reminds me of anybody. I'll give you that.
I do. I love it.
No, but there's a vibe that your music matches.
I don't even get mad at it. We're creatures of
Go.
It's
comparison.
half and half. I feel like it doesn't remind me of anybody, but I feel like I don't know if like kind of like Kid Cudi
Yes.
or A-OK. You ever
Yeah.
A-OK? Like it's such a different genre. Like you're jumping out of saying, you know, I'm not trying to be a fucking like Kid Cudi was like, I'm not trying to be a rapper, but I'm trying to rap. You know, like, I don't
think
need about
if-
bitches, hoes, and money. I can actually
Yeah,
spit. And
like we
people
can talk
enjoy-
about that, but I'm not
Yeah.
gonna make a whole project.
Bro,
about that.
exactly.
I think if Kid Cudi and Russ had a baby, that's
Bam,
what you
Russ too. Yeah, Russ too. Yeah, good
Yeah,
shit.
I actually
That's
got
probably
like
the
all
best
my
I could
favorite
pin.
people on my leg. These are like all the artists that like,
J. Cole.
J. Cole, Mac, Kanye, and Frank.
I see that J. Cole too. I fuck with that. Anyways,
'Cause J.
sorry,
Cole's
bro.
all about that,
That's
too.
been hitting me, bro. Because you know what? Like respect to you, bro. Like your shit's different,
Thanks.
and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like that. But
appreciate that
to
a
your
lot.
point, where it's like you think about a big ass house in Brooklyn, and it's like this like cool low key vibes,
dream, bro.
secret artists in the down. Bro, like the only type, like the best type of music to get you like mosh pitting and that type of vibe is like that Kid Cudi type music. But that
you
fuck
did.
all y'all song, and let me just say the fuck all y'all song is Kid Cudi vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
I
You know what I mean? Let's just say
kinda,
that.
I thought of Asher Roth. I Love College.
Yeah.
you remember that
Yeah,
song?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I was thinking like shit like
old
that, just
school
like
shit.
playful. You know what I mean? But I was drunk off Henny when I wrote that song. That's why I wrote that shit.
That's fire.
Yeah,
I saw it.
Yeah,
I
I was
saw
like in
that
the
you were
studio
in-
like at 3 a.m. I was just like in my little home studio. I was like, bro, I feel like writing, and my girl was asleep. And I remember we woke up, and I woke up excited as fuck, and I was like, yo, I think I made my favorite song last night. And before we even brushed our teeth, we went to the studio, and I played it for her. She's like, yo, you have to finish this today. I was like, yeah, for sure.
When did you start dating your girl?
So me and my girl's love story is cool. We've been dating for 4 years now. We don't even have an official date. We just fell in love with each other. It's fucking crazy. But we were best friends. We did theater together, actually. We met doing theater at Valencia East Campus in Orlando.
Dope.
I auditioned for a show. She got one of the lead roles. I got one of the supporting roles. And those rehearsals where you spend a lot of time together. And we're the only people that really smoked weed in that bitch. So after rehearsals, we would smoke weed. And she was married at the time to
shit.
a woman.
Oh shit!
And
Oh yeah.
yes.
Shit. Oh yeah. All right, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so she was married to like a woman at that time who was a really cool person, and I was like, cool with all of them and shit. And I was dating a girl at the time, so we was just friends. But because like we were dating like in real relationships, like we was serious about our shit, we got closer because we could like talk shit. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
bro.
Like we was homies because like we was together
Spouses.
we had the same like tenor with our partners, so we can understand. Like she was married, but we were both together like 5 years with the same people. You know what I mean? So we was always cool. But I was kind of at the tail end of my relationship, like kind of just falling out, and we've been dating since high school and shit. So it was just a lot of weird shit. She got divorced, and we dated a couple times, and I was like, I think I really like you, and we've been dating since. And it kind of just happened when we were just in bed one day, like, yo, are we like for real? Like we've been spending a lot of time together. I'm like, yeah.
She's like,
I guess so, yeah. Like I fuck with you. I was like, all right, cool. I fuck with you too.
That's dope.
you got that good dick, bro.
Yeah.
My man switched it.
Hey,
No,
man.
I'm just playing. No, but my main reasoning for saying that, bro, was like you mentioned she's an artist, and like I think about like shout out to my fiance. I love her to death, right? But she fucking hates us to death right now that it's 11 o'clock and we're doing a podcast, right?
My girl Lily just texted me.
Yeah. I saw Zach checking his phone. I already knew it. I felt it, bro. But that's why I say it, because I think it's kind of cool, man, because your girl kind of understands.
Bro, she's my manager.
That's
dope. She
That's
lets me organize.
You guys
Bro.
support each other. You guys kind of help.
We have music
Bro.
together, bro. She's my manager. We've done live shows together. Like, it's a dream, bro. Because, like you said, she has such an understanding of what it is, and she was around. She's one of the reasons I started doing music, because like she was doing music and got me around it again, and she gave me the confidence when I was just laying down verses with her in a room. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, you can rap, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, you think? He kept doing it more and more. You know what I mean? So.
It's hard when it's your girl, though, because like,
Yeah,
are
because you know,
trying
like,
to
all right,
say
just
this? Like,
Yeah, not in the beginning.
Like,
I
you
used
go-
to make her step out the room. I was like, bro, you got to go sit on the couch. Like, I can't have you
I
in
don't
here when
blame
I'm
you, bro.
doing
That
this shit.
shit's
It's
nervous,
weird,
right?
you know what I mean?
Yeah, imagine that. And then it's like you go to like a pre-comedy thing with your girl, and your girl's like, nah, don't.
That's
don't
what
do
I was
that.
about to say. My girl's the opposite, bro. My first stand-up I ever did, she was like, just tell me what you're thinking, because I'm nervous. Like, I feel like whatever. She was more nervous than I was, and I was going on stage. And I told her one joke, but I was like, as I was telling her it, I was like, what the I'm like telling you this like a conversation. This is not how this shit is supposed to. And she was like, that's what the fuck you're going to say? Like, she was like, ew.
It
Like,
goes
that's
sideways real quick.
terrible.
If
Like,
you were
that's-
ass,
Nah,
it could
my
go
girl-
sideways real quick.
Yeah, my girl knows everything, like down to like, because I get really anxious. I don't get nervous, but I get anxiety before
Yeah.
shows. When I'm like
Oh,
getting
yeah.
ready and
That means you
cleaning the
care,
house
bro.
and shit like that.
Yeah.
I always say that if you're not nervous or like a little anxious before you do something you love, you probably don't love it anymore, or you're not doing it big enough. You
If
gotta
it
take it
makes
up a
you
step.
nervous, it's probably worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's what I always say. I always say like you gotta like, you know, go a little hard. But she deals with that. Like, she knows when I'm like in show mode, or she knows like on show days I wake up, I go to the gym, I drink coffee, I smoke, and I just chill. You know what I mean? I don't want to do anything for the day. So she knows like, babe, do you want to go for a walk? Fuck no. Like, I'm chilling today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here meditating until I have to go on stage type shit.
I'm focused.
And it's cool that I have someone that doesn't get bothered. Like, oh, you're not showing me any attention. Like, nah. She's like, all right, cool. I'll be in the room. Let me know.
Fire, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
because you
beautiful.
need that, man. I mean, like,
Especially getting your mind right. You gotta, gotta get hype. Gotta get ready.
It's your piece. That's
Yeah,
it,
what
bro.
you
And
doing?
like we talked about, I don't do music that like it's all like hype. Like, a lot of the times when I'm like mentally exhausted when I'm done, because I'm talking about, especially like the intro shit we were talking about, where I'm like cutting my hair. I'm talking about killing myself, bro.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's poetic, it's cool, it can come off in like a certain way, but to me, I wrote that song because I was suicidal.
yeah.
So like at the end of shows, I'm releasing a lot that I don't deal with anymore, thankfully. But whenever I bring it back, it brings the feelings right back, because I give a fuck about this shit. I get really, really into it on stage. So it becomes a lot. So it's really good to have a partner that's like, she understands that
That's dope.
what the fuck I'm about to do is taxing, and afterwards I'm going to be tired, and, you know.
And I also, so like two things with what you just said. Like, I think partly is like, if your girl thinks what you're doing ain't shit, then she's going to act like what you're doing ain't shit. But if she believes in what you're doing, like, even if they feel like they're not getting enough attention, if they understand or believe in what you're
support.
doing, then they don't care.
Nope.
You know what I mean? But also, I wanted to say, like, whoever, y'all listening, y'all got to fuck with this guy, because
Yeah, bro.
there's something about, like, even podcasts not being transparent or not putting it out, not saying shit. Like, we said some stupid shit on this podcast, but in our mind, it's like we're unfiltered here, right? But like, you talking about a song where it's like very, very, in that depression
Metaphorical.
state.
You can't be straightforward.
No, but
with
it's
it.
metaphorical, but it's about some real shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Talking about when you were thinking about killing yourself and shit. I've heard a lot of songs and a lot of rappers talk about how they got deep on this. Like, I got deep on this song, bro.
Yeah.
But
But they're just touching the surface.
like, either A, they're not tapping in for real, or B, they're not able to portray that feeling.
Yeah.
So maybe they did, but they didn't portray it well. So what's dope about you, bro, is like you are tapping into that feeling and putting it out and portraying it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
That
like,
theater shit, man.
I want to say that, bro, I feel you when you say like that is kind of crazy. Like writing a song in a certain state and then having to perform it in front of a bunch of people.
I always tell people in the audience that I didn't know that I was depressed until I made music and I heard myself say you're depressed, basically. Like when I made that intro song and time song, I was like, bro, I clearly have things I'm not doing. Because I just write from a flow of conscious, you know what I mean? I don't like to overthink my writing. Like I have dictionaries and I have like rhyme websites that I use just to like kind of get my creative juices flowing, but I just write a bunch of shit and keep scribbling off until like I have something.
So what's your creative process? That's what I want to ask about too.
For me personally, bro, I honestly use BeatStars and YouTube to find my beats because when we're in the time now that producers are legit and they have real contracts for me, and I'm firmly in the place where I will pay people if their work is good. I will pay you $200, $300 for your beat if I can make a song that I think is worth $1 million. You know what I mean? So I just sift through, like, people send me packs. I have friends that send me shit all the time, and I just go through all those beats, and whenever I have, like, the itch to write, I'll, like, sit down and write a song. But throughout my days, I have ADD like a motherfucker. So I'll say some dumb shit in a conversation, or I'll be at, like, my job at a blackjack table just dealing, and I'll think of, like, one line, and I'll be like, oh, I gotta write that down when I get. So I have, like, my phone is just full of one-liners.
Notes?
Yeah, just my notes.
You just put them together.
Just, sometimes I'll put them together, or, like, I'll read the first line to, like, a beat that I find and be like, oh, this can work. Like, I can just talk about this kind of shit. So I always just have starting points, like, all over my phone, but I don't force my writing. If a lot of people are into that bag, it's like, bro, you got to do this every day. You got to make 8 songs a week. You got to fucking be in the studio until... Fuck all that, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's why people be putting out bullshit.
But because like maybe you could produce a lot, but it's not like it's not real.
Worthy.
Yeah, and it's like I believe there's a strategy to it that it's like, bro, you know what I'm saying? If you shoot 30 shots, like if you're a volume scorer, you're a volume scorer. Some people needed to shoot 30 times to drop 50,
and that one might hook.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And like that, they could be the game winner that they score, even though they missed 20 shots. You know what I mean? They can do that because that's how they're built. That's cool. If you want to write 30 fucking songs to get 2 songs that you like really want to put out and like 10 for a random mixtape, that's fine. I get it, and it works. It works for people. But I just wait until I feel like I have an idea or I have a concept or I hear a melody in my head or something. I'm like, oh, I can't wait to get home and lay that down. And I'll lay it down and I'll start from there. If it becomes something, it becomes something. Sometimes I'll record it and be like, this is not how it sounded in my fucking head. But a week later, I'll think about the shit that I recorded and be like, oh, shit, that's what it was missing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get right back to it.
Yeah, man, because there's like a trade-off. Because like on one hand, you got like that Russ model where it's like, I'm going to put a song out a week. I'm just going to go crazy. I'm going to flood them.
That's cool.
Right. But on the other hand, when you talk about everything you put out is somebody else's first impression, like you could pick most of your songs, and if you pick out your voice or like what your part, you know what I mean? It's like, that was fire. That was well put together. Like it happened with me. Zach told me about you. I listened to your show. I was like, fire. Started following you. Everything I kind of heard, I was like, that's fire. But that's because you're like very much curating everything you're putting out.
Yeah, I'm taking my sweet time with
It's definitely a trade-off. It's kind of like, it's like if you could free your time up. If you could free your time up to curate the same amount that you are now, to produce more, right?
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous.
Because right
honestly,
now,
beyond the time, if I just had a lot of these people that are putting this shit out, even Russ talks about like, oh yeah, it was just by myself. It was by myself. He had 3 homies in that basement cooking up with him.
Helping.
He
Like
had
the
audio
whole time.
engineers,
By
producers,
himself,
and a nigga rolling blunts. You know what I mean? Just like getting
Going
the vibe set.
crazy.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, if I just had a team beyond the time, where it's just not me and my girlfriend, because I'm no disrespect to the teams that I worked with and shit, but it was never like something like, we're gonna push your music.
That collaborative.
Because everyone trying to push themselves.
Yeah, where we're all like, the teams that I was a part of, everybody was so nasty at what they were doing that we're all active. So like a lot of the time it's like, bro, I would love to help you, but I gotta get my own bag. Yeah. So it was all respect and love, but we were never in a position that's like, we
Let's
can push
go.
this for you,
What you trying to do,
but then
Ryan?
we're on to the next shit. You know what I mean? Whereas a lot of these artists got people is like, bro, we're
team,
gonna
like,
fucking,
push you.
this is for you, bro. Like, we believe in your shit. We're gonna help produce you, engineer your shit. That's what a lot of that. I really feel like that's what I'm lacking right now. If I could just have somebody be like, bro, I'll produce you beats and engineer your shit, and like I fuck with them and we rock and shit, I would have a song out every fucking month.
Yeah.
It's almost like you gotta find somebody fire up and coming. right? Like somebody that's fire, that's about to be booked and busy, but like right before that, it's like, yo, like let me help you be booked and busy. Like push my shit and let some people ask me about whose music,
this beat or,
who did this or whatever.
Yeah, man.
But
There's plenty of people out there that are in that position that would love to connect with somebody.
Oh
like
hell
you, bro.
yeah!
Yeah, man.
A lot of growing artists, a lot of grown people want to be
bro.
bigger.
At the end of the day, like I said, I haven't dropped. So, like, humbly speaking, like, I know that will come. I'm not even rushing it.
Yeah.
Right.
I know once I
Wait
have
to see
confidence in my heart and in my art that, like, once I start dropping the shit and all the visuals start coming out, I have faith that I'm going to meet someone that's going to be like, bro, here's 30 fucking beats. Use whatever you want, dog. And they're actually, like, really fucking good.
yeah,
You gonna find yourself.
I'm excited
your
for your
Metro
shit, bro.
Boomin. Your own Metro Boomin, bro.
Yeah, some shit.
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
I'm very excited, man.
Hell yeah.
Because I was disappointed when I saw that you pulled your music off of Spotify, bro.
Yeah, man. It's just like I started this shit quick. Like we said, I just kind of dove into this shit, and I was in a really weird writer's block where I felt like because I go by my fucking name, I felt like I was very tied into the feelings that I felt every day.
Yep.
I felt like I had to write about what I was feeling at that moment, which was always cool and made the music personable, but sometimes I don't want to write sad music, and sometimes I want to write sad music, or I want to write happy music, or like, yo, I'm feeling trappy today. I want to just rap.
Yeah.
Whereas like now I'm going by Picasso, which is actually a name. My online name in video games have been Fabio Picasso since like 9th grade.
Really?
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and it was just like a dumb name that I came up with someday. I was doing a coloring book, and I had like sunglasses and shit on, and my boy came up to me and was like, "Oh shit, what they call you, bro?" And I was like, "Shit, Fabio Picasso," and it just stuck, and all my friends just started calling me Picasso. So I felt like it was more of like the me that I got to be around my friends, and like the goofy part of me that I always loved. Where like you kind of can't be around like your family like that. Like we can't just smoke L's and drink and say ignorant shit around Titi. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Unless Titi lit like that.
Yeah. Some Titis I'm cool. I got a couple aunts I'm cool with. But there's just some situations where like I had to be Ryan J. Garcia.
Yeah.
Whereas like the more that I experience in art and the more that I want to tell a story and just explore my art and do different genres, having come from theater, like I would love to just drop like a theater album someday.
Right.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that'd be funny. That'd be cool.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Or like just some random eclectic shit. Like I just want to be able to do what I want, and I felt like changing my name and revamping all the music would just mentally allow me when I'm creating to be like we can separate the two people.
Yo, I give you credit too, because especially when you've like reached traction and you've done some things, right? Like with your name, which is funny because like that's literally your name.
Yeah.
But like we've talked about fucking changing our name.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we got to a certain point where we were like, yo, like, do people think we were talking about pocket watches the whole fucking time?
Because we
And
talked
then
to a lot
once
of
we got
people.
this shit, we were like, it's,
look
a,
at this.
it's a wrap.
We talked to a lot of people whenever we first said, like, oh, so like, what do you guys do? Like talk about pocket watches? And I was like,
Yeah.
no, bitch, it's a wordplay. Like, your fucking mind is in a box. You're not our listener.
Zach says it best. It's like Target is in a shooting range and Amazon is in a fucking rainforest. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
man.
I always tell them, I was like, if we say the name and we explain them and they don't catch on, they're not the audience that we're looking for.
I always say that about Zach Galifianakis.
yeah,
Galifianakis.
Galifianakis. I know what
Like,
you're talking about. We don't
bro,
pronounce shit
who's
on this
that?
podcast.
But I know how to say his name because he made me say his name. Like I know he's fucking like he's so funny and
Talking about the comedian from
yeah,
Due Date and shit like that? Yeah,
Zach
I fucking love
Galifianakis.
it,
Like
Zach.
like it's tomato how you can say his name, but I know
Yeah.
the syllables. I know how to say it because like
He's a funny
you give them a reason to know the name and what it's
Exactly.
about, they're gonna fucking tap in.
That's
regardless.
a fact. But my point with that was like it's hard because like
Branding.
even when we thought about it, we couldn't come up with shit, bro.
Branding,
and it
bro.
made me think like, fuck it, that's just fire. Because
Yeah.
like I can't think of nothing, bro.
Yeah.
The crazy part is that,
Picasso fits. I like that.
you know, it's funny though. Like, so like you said that like that was like just something that you made up on random, but literally that was the first name that we
Ever thought of?
ever thought of. We were sitting in my truck chilling, and then we were like, "Yo, we gotta find a name." And Cruz was like, "What about like Pocket Watch podcast? Like,
Like,
you
we
know,
wanna
wordplay
talk
on the
about
pocket
growth,
watch, watching your
yeah.
pocket." And I was like, "Yo, that's fire. Let's think on it." Never came up with anything better. We're like, "Yeah, that's it. We locked in with that."
That's how
Boy.
it happens though,
Yeah.
and even if it changes, like there's beauty in what you did.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I want to like I'm trying, but it might have to like not. But I would love for like Ryan J's music to stay with like the projects that I have and everything I do moving forward to be on my new shit. Just so I can
Really?
tap back in the future and be like, yo, real fans know that's where it started. You know what I mean? The people that tap with me day one, they know about a rough start and they know that shit hits. But this is what I'm doing now, so this is what it is.
Well, the shit with you too is like it's a rebrand and it's a risk, right? Because you had you were getting traction, this and that. Like, it's not easy for somebody to rebrand after they like got like some following with a certain name. Just like Zach was like, I'm mad that you took your shit off of Spotify, and then you were like, yo, it's actually, what is it, Picasso?
Yeah, Picasso.
Yeah, so it's like, yo, it's actually under Picasso, because there was another Ryan Garcia that got the bag. And I thought that was great. Cause
bro, it's fucked up because it's my literal government name, and this motherfucker has my same name, bro.
Like, yo, got knocked out
bro,
by
when
Tank,
I first
bro.
started thinking about the music and thinking about going by Ryan J. Garcia, I Googled like the name, and he was like just still an amateur.
He wasn't big yet. He was still kind of making his name
he was
up
still,
there.
so I was like, oh, whatever. Like, there's, you know how many fucking good amateur boxers don't do shit? And like, you know what I mean? So I was like, whatever, bro. Fuck this guy. Like,
you bet on the wrong one.
Bro, the wrong motherfucker, because he's nice as shit. Like, regardless of the Javante fight, bro, he's nice.
Bro.
You know what I
He
mean?
makes a name for himself.
Yeah, bro. He made a big name for us, bro.
Yo,
fucked.
he might be the best training boxer I've ever seen.
Yeah, bro.
Right? Like, not in ring, but like training.
Yeah, no, he's clean, bro. It's just his speed. And you know what I mean? And he's a good looking dude. He posts on social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he got to the bag, bro.
But my point with that was, like, at least with you, is not like going from pocket watch to like, yo, dumb motherfucker podcast or some shit. It's your name.
Yeah.
That's you. And then you kind of like got this
Nickname.
You got a name for an alter ego.
Yeah.
That you tap into when you go into music.
Yeah, and it feels better not having random people call me my whole government name, because it's really
That's
weird
dope,
sometimes,
too.
bro. Because after shows, I've had people be like, "Yo, Ryan J. Garcia," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Are you my
damn,
you have a mom? You asked for her, bro.
And the thing is, like, that's why I introduced myself as. So like, I can't be mad at them. That's what I fucking. If you introduce me as Cruz, I'm gonna fucking call you Cruz. That's whatever you tell me to call you, I'm gonna respect you and call you that. So I said, "Hi, my name is Ryan J. Garcia. This is the show," and they call me that. And it's just weird because I don't know the person, bro. I have to turn around and be like, who the fuck? And it's just someone I've never seen before. So it also got weird with that. You know what I mean? It's like Drake is Drake, not Aubrey Graham.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's an easy name to say, but if someone shouts Aubrey across the room, Drake's going to look like, what the fuck? Who the hell is calling me Aubrey, bro?
Is my mama in the audience?
Yeah, like, who the hell here knows me like that? So I definitely just wanted that separation as well.
I kind of like that. So that's a recent rebrand, huh?
Yeah, like, I'm going to announce it fully Sunday.
That fits, bro.
Yeah.
That's good. This podcast won't drop until then. So that's good.
This project says they're going to drop for another 3-4 weeks, probably.
Yeah,
That's fine,
so that's
bro.
good. One thing I want to talk about too, man, because one thing we pride ourselves on, I don't know if we pride ourselves on, but one thing we don't give ourselves excuses about is like funding the dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I hear you say it a lot where you're like, I'm not worried about paying producers or, you know, like whatever the case is, it's just different situations. But we always talk about like, we all got our own careers or whatever the case is, and that funnels into this podcast and shit like that. What do you do for work, bro?
So I actually just got a promotion like 2 days ago.
Dope.
Yeah,
Wait,
so-
did you get that promotion while you were on vacation?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I was walking to South Beach, bro. Henny pineapple in my hand, getting the call from my boss.
Henny
Ain't nothing
pineapple?
like it, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
killed
yeah.
that whole bottle on
That's
that
a
beach, bro.
congrats, bro. That's
Thank you,
fire.
man.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
so now I'm a team lead manager for online casino dealers. Yeah, so
Online casino
yeah, so
dealers.
the company's called Evolution, and they it's like a HQ where it's all online blackjack and casino games like roulette, baccarat, everything. And there's online dealers, so I'm a manager for them now.
You got people listening to us, and people are going to be like, are you Ryan J. Garcia?
Yes, bro. For real. Actually, I illegally did this. I could get in trouble if they ever saw it, but I'm a manager now. It's all good.
they might hear it,
Offer
though.
letter signed, bro. There's no
Manager.
going back. You know what I mean? But I used to promote my shit to people on there. People would talk about how they did music. Like some of my players while we're playing was like, bro, I do music too. Follow me. You know what I mean?
Dope.
Yeah.
How does that work though? So like what, you sign in and then you can play games online and it's like
Yeah.
Not from Florida, though.
Yeah,
Not in
so like
Florida.
in certain states, yeah. So if you have like the FanDuel apps, DraftKings, Caesar Sportsbook, like all that, they have online casino options on that app. So you just go on there with your funds from your sports betting or wherever the funds you brought in from your account, whatever the fuck it is, and you can gamble online. It's the same. It's real people, real tables. The same like game board rules that the live casinos follow. It's just online, and the gambling is a fucking problem, bro. People are addicted to that shit, so people be on it.
Yeah,
like it's a 24/7 business, bro. I used to work from 11 p.m. to 7 in the morning.
What the fuck?
Yes, bro. Just so I can like do this art shit. You know what I mean? Like be out all day and all night, and then go work.
That fits. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But people would be there from 11 p.m. when I got there to 7 in the morning, fucking gambling. I'm like, bro, does your wife know that you're here? Like,
Word, no.
Like, you're really doing this.
You
right
got
now.
all the slums.
Bro, we have
all
a
the
button.
slum bags.
We have a fucking button that's PG. It's problematic gambler. And when people would be like, "Yo, if I don't win this, I can't pay my mortgage," and I'd be like, "Bro, you're banned. Like you're fucking banned. I'm not gonna be the reason, bro.
You're
like
paying fucking mortgage.
yeah, like
Shit.
what the fuck, bro? Like people go crazy on this.
How do you
shit.
know that? They say it in the chat?
Yeah, they'll say it in the chat because they're drunk as fuck at home, betting all their money, their whole check that they just got. You know what I mean? So they're doing dumb shit.
So they have you monitoring the chat a little bit to kind of flag people?
Yeah, because some people be rude as shit. Like some people try to roast me, and I'm like, oh, that's funny, and I'll just block their whole chat.
Really?
Yeah, fuck them. Like, you want to be a dick?
That's fun.
Or like they're like yelling at each other. Somebody's being an asshole to somebody that like hit on a 12 and ruined the game or some shit. I'll just fucking click like a rude button and like mash that shit until they're banned. So I'm like, bro, you're bringing bad vibes to my table.
Yeah.
Like I'm here for the next 30 minutes. We're all loving each
This
other.
man's like, love all y'all, but fuck all y'all.
Yeah, that's, bro. Like, y'all
So when you
bugging
do
out.
that, are you on your laptop or something?
Nah, so like they have a whole studio dedicated like with soundproofed walls and multiple gaming tables that all are numbered out, and there's a board that you come in. Like I clock in at 7. I come in at like 6:50. At 6:55, it'll tell me like for the next hour or 2 hours what tables I have, or if I have a break or whatever it is. Legally, you can only be allowed on 4 tables in a row.
Okay.
After your 4 tables, you need to be relieved for liability reasons. Because if you're there dealing cards for 2.5 hours, you're gonna make a mistake.
Yeah.
Like it gets to a point where you feel like a fucking robot, no matter how fun it is, because you're just doing the same shit, the same sayings. You know what I mean? So,
How do you deal cards online, though? Like, what?
Well, he just told you. He goes to a warehouse.
he just
He works at a table like you would do at a casino, but there's a webcam,
so there's
and people are back at home.
Yeah, it's live
So it
streamed.
reads from a webcam.
Yeah.
My bad, bro, because I'm thinking...
it's confusing as fuck,
I'm
bro.
thinking of like my mom plays cards online or some
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
like that. And it's
But she's playing
literally like-
solitaire. That's different.
Solitaire, yeah. I'm thinking of
This
solitaire,
shit
bro.
is like imagine like a
he's
Twitch stream.
shuffling it.
Imagine like a Twitch stream where you see like when motherfuckers are playing video games,
Yeah.
that you see them playing
The
the
real
video games,
life.
but it's a
Like
whole casino table, all
But
legit.
It's
Yeah,
a real deal.
real
Not on
card.
computer shuffling. It's you taking
real,
the fucking
like,
cards.
real shuffling, them,
and shuffling
real
images.
shoe,
Yeah.
real people doing
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's dope as fuck.
Yeah,
All
it's
I
the
want to
coolest
know is
job ever worked.
we can tell me afterwards. How the fuck do I get on that shit from Florida, bro? Because I've been trying to get in some.
Yeah,
shit.
you know what?
Honestly,
Yeah.
They don't have FanDuel down here.
They have
Nah,
FanDuel,
bro.
they don't
All
have
that,
the
all
online
that shit's
gambling.
bro. You have to use like the legal shit, bro.
Like
That's the
Bovada
thing
and
with,
shit like
with that shit is you
Yeah.
have to be able to tap into the live feed. Like I
Yeah.
pay my cousin that lives in a state that is legal.
To,
That's
like,
like
book
your
your shit.
bookie.
Yeah, yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? But like that shit, you gotta be live. You gotta be ready. You gotta be active.
Yeah, bro.
No, I'm trying to do that
People
shit.
What the
on that
fuck is
shit,
the
bro.
difference? Why don't Florida get on this shit?
Bro, I told
We
you it's the
talked about
fucking
it.
Native Americans over here, bro. The Seminole Indians over here got that shit on lock, bro. They got like contracts and they shut that shit down in Florida, and there's a big litigation battle in Florida with them with that.
They
That's
want too
fucking
much
crazy,
money.
bro. Because there's casinos everywhere in Florida. So
Yeah, but the thing is, online stuff.
Yeah, there's
it's
nothing.
Yeah,
Why?
they're in litigations right now. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. They're in litigations with the Seminole Indians, whatever it's
I
called.
know, but why is it different? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that shit is
They,
crazy.
they had it legal. We talked about it before
Yeah,
in the
we talked about
podcast.
it before.
They had it legal, and then the Seminoles
Pulled it.
started
Yeah.
pulling some shit, and now they're in a litigation battle. And
So
Who
real
knows?
quick
That's
though,
dope.
how do you become a dealer?
So for me personally,
You smoke first.
Yeah, so you try the product. You always test your product before you purchase. So my my partner's best friend, or like one of her best friends, worked at the location in Detroit. And when we moved to Philly, she just let us know, like, yo, there's a location like a 10-minute walk away from y'all.
Yeah.
So I was a server and bartender when I first got to Philly. That's what I did like most of my life because the flexibility.
and the money you can make too. For
Bro,
the
I used
hours,
to
bro.
make $800, $1,000 working 25,
Yeah.
30 hours.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking ridiculous. But it was a lot of work. It's fucking tiring dealing with people, exchanging energies every day.
Yeah.
Like, it was
Facts.
rewarding, but there's a lot of pieces of shit and people that don't respect restaurants. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of shit. So my girl got the job through the recommendation of her friend. And she worked there for a month. Was like, babe, this shit is easy, and you average like 26 an hour, and all you're doing is dealing cards, bro. Like, I made more in perspective, like serving, but I was going through fucking hell.
Yeah,
so I
you
just
can do
sit there
shit
and
and do
deal
nothing.
cards, bro, and I get paid 26 an hour. I'm like, bro,
that's
what
fire.
the
Fucking
fuck?
no-brainer, bro.
Yeah, like, I'll sit here what hours you want me to work? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because the shit that I used to do was not fucking it. So my girl got in it first, and then I got in it. But they'd be like on Indeed and shit. But it's just like they put like online personality or something like that. It doesn't say like you're a
Gambler.
You know what I mean? Because they have to make it sound like a little bit more
Official.
attractive. Yeah,
Yeah.
more official. But
Just
yeah, so
stop
we
at the
found it
question.
through a friend, luckily, and the friend doesn't even work at the location anymore over there. But I'm fucking chilling.
When
here,
did
bro.
you start that though?
I only been here for 3 months, bro.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
And you got promoted too. Let's go. You good at it, bro.
Yeah,
You
bro.
think like
You
you're
finessing them. If
you're
you,
better
if you
at
pull and you
gambler?
see this man, you better get off his table.
You think you're a better gambler from like learning the game a little bit with
Hell
you?
yeah, bro.
Seeing it all the time?
I know how to play baccarat because of that shit. And like, I tell my girl, like, baccarat is what's gonna buy us our house because I'm just so good at it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't lose a lot in that shit because I've dealt over 50,000 fucking hands of it, and I can see the
That's
mistakes
the-
people make. And like, there's a dude that's always on my table. His name is Wok, and I asked him. He's always winning. Like, the top 5 earners always pop up after a win, and every single time on baccarat, this man is making 1,500 plus every single fucking round that he wins. If he sometimes more, like 10 racks. So after a couple games, I was like, bro, what's the secret, dog? Because like you're winning like 50K every single day that we play. I don't know how much you lost or how much you
talk
put
to him?
in.
How do you reach out to him?
They can hear me.
Yeah,
they
like
can hear
you
me.
talk.
I can't
Because
hear
you're
them.
talking. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, so it's like it's a lot.
Have you
bro.
never been to a casino? They do that at casinos. Like, you can be in person and there's like a video dealer somewhere else too.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have those. Yeah, they be in the back and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, what he told me was like financial management and risk tolerance. And the risk tolerance was 2 words I've never heard combined before in my life. But basically what he's saying is like, if you can just have a budget the same way you have a budget for me to buy weed, to buy this 12 rack of beer, or whatever it is, you know what I mean? We all buy bullshit. I have like a DoorDash fund just so I can not cook.
Yep.
Like, I know that I'm keeping 100 every side of the paycheck just for days that I don't want to fucking cook.
Yep.
Like, if you can just put 300 to the side, which ain't shit as an adult. If you budget 300, ain't nothing. And you can bring that to the casino and tolerate your risk factor and know, like, there's too much of a risk right now for me to play this hand. Let me sit out. You know what I mean? Or in baccarat, I'll sit out 6 hands in a row until I see something that I know and be like, there's like a 70% chance that banker or player is going to win, whatever the case is. So I'm going to put 75 on that. Because now I have higher chance that I see. You know what I mean? So it's about having that tolerance where people hit, and they get into that bag of seeing the money come in, and they're like, oh, I'm putting 50. All right, I'm going to put 25. Oh, shit, I lost both hands. Damn, well, let me play 75 to make it back.
Crazy.
Like, nah, they get stupid. So if you can just tolerate, like, not getting there to that point, the money's fucking endless in those games, bro.
And you learn the science.
Yeah, because
You learn the
motherfuckers make
science.
mad money, bro, and I gotta ask. Give a fuck if a man is making 50K in front of you and you don't ask a question
You'd
when
be
he's willing
stupid
to
not
answer.
to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I wonder how like casinos are in like Germany and Japan, because those, you talk about risk tolerance, those are 2 of the countries that are like the high, like, or the low, however they're the most like like they have the highest tolerance to risk, like lowest tolerance, regardless, risk adverse. Risk adverse. They are the most like risk. Like Germany just started doing credit,
Yeah.
right? Like they don't even fuck with credit cards.
Yeah.
They don't even fuck with financing cars, right? Like
Yeah.
to us, that's normal. It's like, yo, fam, I'll put
yeah, so the
15K
thought of
on.
somebody coming in and hitting the jackpot on a slot machine will be crazy
To
to
them, it's crazy.
What the fuck?
Yeah, like, we owe who $1 million? What the fuck? Who's that?
Yeah, like I would love to see how
Yeah.
casinos work. Like, and casinos are dope as fuck, and it's kind of like that interesting, because you talked about risk tolerance or whatever, but like, it's like I like, so like in Germany they got to do free school because people won't finance school, but also like they also have to do free school because their government's like, we have to like build our like we have to make sure we have a qualified workforce,
Right.
so our economy doesn't fuck up. For America or whatever,
Sorry.
Oh shit.
everybody, but for America or whatever, like it kind of enables us to take a different step, like a different, like casinos are dope as fuck, and because of the type of people we are, we get that type of, you know, indulgence.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And for a long time too, bro. They've been around for a while. This company that I'm working for started in Latvia.
Where's that?
Louisiana.
No, that's another
Lafayette.
Yeah, that's Lafayette.
That's Lafayette.
I thought the same shit, Zach. It's all good, bro.
Latvia is by like Lithuania and like that.
Oh, like hold on. Oh,
Yeah.
damn! I thought you meant like
Bro.
Lafayette, Louisiana.
Latvia, bro.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Latvia or like Sweden or some shit. Some random fucking country. That's where they started at. So it's been around forever. You know what I mean? It's getting more and more accessible, especially the fact that it's online.
They came over with IKEA.
Not
At the same time.
really Lithuania. Is that like Sweden?
Yeah, sure. It's somewhere on that. It's not over here. That's where they went, though. All I know is they over here and they paying me, so I'm gonna keep showing up.
That's like
dope, though, bro.
when you think of white people. That's a lot of white people. Swedish, Lithuanian.
Yeah, that's like the real caucus tribe.
That's the
Caucus.
caucus.
Yeah, that's it right there.
Super caucus.
Yeah, that's where they derive from.
I'll show you some
Sure.
caucus.
Yeah,
I'll show you some caucus.
he can. This guy, this one can for sure. Yeah.
Anybody want a beer?
Lager up. No,
I'm
I'm
about to
good.
actually get up and piss right now.
You got to, bro.
Yes, I fucking got to. Fuck you, mean?
All right,
bro.
give me like 5 more minutes. What do you think, Jacob? You think you can hold your pee?
Man, fuck that. I'm being right now.
No, you can't, bro.
I really don't. I've held it this long.
Oh, he walked out pretty nice though.
It's okay. We'll take a little
He
intermission.
did. He walked out pretty nice.
We'll take a little intermission.
Fuck Jacob. We'll just cut it. Here we go. Because we're about to finish
okay.
up anyways. So, one thing I like about that, bro, is you using that to fund your dream.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this shit, even the stuff we talked about outside of this podcast, you're not limited by money right now, man. And that's an excuse
I'm
I
broke
hear a
as
lot.
shit.
No.
I just drop everything on what I need to do. A lot of motherfuckers rather have $500 in their
And you
account.
budget
Yeah.
the way you talk about shit with that.
Bro, I will spend, if I have $500 in my account, which I probably got right now because I wild out in Miami. Fucking, as long as I have that and my bills are paid and I can go ahead and pay whoever I need to do, I will have $9 before my next paycheck. I really don't stress about that. I have savings, you know what I mean? I got a little rainy day fund because that's adulting, you know what I mean? God forbid something happen, but I really, like, when it comes to this music shit and what I got to do, if I got to call out of work, if I got to work an extra shift, if I got to spend my last dollar, if I got to fly this person out and do whatever, like, it don't bother me.
Yeah, bro.
A lot of people don't want that. They're afraid of having $2 in their account. I'm like, bro, my bills are paid.
Nah,
The
man.
music
Like,
is coming out.
you have a high risk tolerance, bro.
Yeah, man.
For real, man. Because, like, people like me, I'm kind of like that, man. That's why I chose accounting or whatever. Because it's I need that consistency, right? Like another version of that is like a business owner or accountant, right? Where it's like there's way more potential in the business owner, but there's way more consistency in that being the accountant for the business owner. You know what I mean? And I'm the one that's definitely leaning more towards that. Zach's the business owner. You know what I mean? And like you hear about the shit he's doing, and I'm just like, damn, that's crazy, bro. And it looks fire and it's crazy, but like I know my personality doesn't fit that.
Yeah.
You know, but it's kind of
that's beautiful that you know that though, bro. Because I
Right.
feel like I know a lot of people respectfully that are forcing themselves to do this shit that don't belong in it.
Yeah.
And that's no disrespect, no ats or anything like that. Just a general statement of just like there's people forcing themselves to do this shit, and they're so fucking sad and like stressed, and they're not finding the enjoyment of it. Where I felt like that at some point, and you battle through it and you kind of realize like love. If you can find the love in everything, you won't find stress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's love to find in all the ebbs and flows. Like, if you can just find the love in it, then you're doing something right. But if you've been doing something for 3 fucking years, bro, and you've been miserable all 3 years, like, maybe we should just give it a break. I'm not saying stop forever, but maybe you shouldn't do that anymore. You're just putting yourself in a toxic environment. You know what I'm saying? It's like stepping on glass and being like, bro, my feet hurt. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, get off the fucking glass, bro.
and you see it 2 ways. They're either super miserable or they're not doing enough.
Yeah, or sometimes that's all their life is. I've seen people like where this music shit and like this is their whole personality. And I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to cool it with you. Like, just to smoke a L, talk about football or like some mindless shit, or let's talk about I don't fucking know. Like, It don't
not
all
this.
gotta be about this shit. Like when I text you, it's not to have a business meeting, bro. It's because I'm just trying to see what's good with you,
Word.
bro. Like
Word.
just checking in, saying what's good, seeing how your day's been. People get drowned in this shit, man. It's always an extreme.
Word, bro. Yo, that was a dope ass convo, bro. We had to stop this for technical reasons, not even because we want to stop this conversation, bro. Yo, next time you're in town, let's do it, bro.
Yeah, please.
Yo,
Pull up.
I'm excited. We are
When it
fans
drops
of
the
your
next one.
content, man. Fans of your music, bro. Like, y'all gotta check the man's shit down in the description. It's super fire.
Appreciate
When did you say you were gonna drop?
So I'm dropping another song next month.
Bet.
At the end of next month. I already got everything finished. It's just about posting it and with the whole name change and all that shit.
So basically,
I'm actually submitting it when I get back. Like all the album art like and all that other shit.
Let's go, bro.
So
So-
once I get like the response back for whatever date that I end up choosing, then I'll make the full announcement because I already got all the content ready.
Hell
I just
yeah.
need to put text on the fucking date on the video on Premiere and I'm good.
so if it's at the end of August, it's pretty much gonna be when this episode's dropping, probably.
Yeah, it'd be perfect.
So this
time.
shit dropping
Yeah,
soon.
before it comes out.
Yeah, if I ain't, I'll send y'all it so y'all can use it.
Facts.
Like,
Hell
in the
yes,
promo and
yeah.
shit.
Facts, that'd be fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's
Gotcha.
do that.
Intro.
Let's do that.
Intro.
All right, bro. Yeah, man. Yo, thanks for joining us, bro. That was a
thanks for
fire
coming.
conversation. Yo, one thing I wanted to do because I felt like you're an interesting dude is not only talk about rap and shit like that, and we did that. And interesting as fuck, man. I really enjoyed this episode, bro. Is there
Same,
anything you
man.
want to get off?
No, man, I appreciate y'all, man. As much as like I appreciate all the love, but I love what y'all are doing, man.
Appreciate
Like,
it,
we
man.
all come from like the same side. Like Jacob, I've known you since I was like 9 years old. Cause like,
Same fucking block,
you know what I
bro.
mean? Like same block growing up type shit. So like, it's cool doing all like the fun shit that I've been able to experience in the rooms that I've been in. But at the end of the day, like I want to show love to where I'm at, man. Like where I grew up at.
Hell yeah, bro.
Because
Appreciate
that's
that.
like those people fuck with me because of where I'm from. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So if there's anybody I'd rather do a podcast with is people
Let's
that
go.
are from our city. You know?
Let's
Oh,
go.
yeah. Fuck
And
with
we
that, bro.
working, man. I
killing
hope
it, bro.
I hope
You
we
killing it.
provided something for you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I
Provided me
like.
with this, bro. Regardless of how this shit popped, bro, this was providing enough. Man.
Let's go, man. Hey, and don't forget about us when you blow up, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
gonna get
saying?
there.
Hey, we're gonna get that
man.
first interview.
Likewise,
Hey,
bro. Y'all TikTok
pocket
numbers
watch,
going
all
up,
right.
bro.
Yeah.
We working on it. We
Yeah.
working on
Let's
it.
go, man. But thank you. Hey, and thank you to everybody tuning in again. Make sure you guys tap in. Thank you for listening for another week. We freaking love you guys. Not doing this without y'all.
Like.
Follow.
Share, subscribe.
Shit.
Jacob, you fucking suck, bro. Anyways, guys, pocket watch out. We love y'all, but fuck y'all.